Hi, wrestling fans. Thanks for clicking the Dreaded Heroes report. Let's get going. Got a little bit of news here. It's going to take, I got two reports, yesterday and today. Mickie James will be returning to the ring April 25th, Marietta, Ohio, for the Remax Pro Wrestling promotion. She's going to be facing Athena. TNA is going to be taping a full night of explosions. I think they taped the matches night before last from Universal Studio in Orlando. Wrestling Observer Newsletter reports that TNA's Bob Ryder recently contacted Mexico's AAA promotion in hopes of reopening the doors to the talent exchange back and forth there. And TNA is looking for a few new wrestlers to be their top Hispanic stars. I don't qualify. Trivia, by the way. In 1985, Jimmy Hart made his World Wrestling Federation debut at a TV taping in Poughkeepsie, New York, managing Intercontinental Champion Greg the Hammer Valentine and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. And happy birthday 2 days ago to WWF and WCW star Akeem, or One Man Gang, 55 years old, former WWF jobber. Remember old Outback Jack? 57. Stamford, Connecticut. Breaking news, Dubai. OSN is the leading pay-per-view network in the Middle East and North Africa, and WWE have announced a 5-year partnership to distribute the network as a premium linear channel in time for WrestleMania, Sunday, March 29th, my fault, exclusively on OSN. The agreement is going to be running concurrent with WWE and OSN's existing partnership to air, the flagship programming, Raw and SmackDown, as well as NXT Superstars. More in the region coming. And tonight, this was the other night, they were doing some more NXT TV tapings. Hopefully you caught that takeover a few days ago. I finally got to watch it last night. Very good, but I can't understand how they do so great a wrestling on NXT. Then they get over to WWE, and it's kind of the same old, same old. Brian Kendricks, by the way, is expected to be at last night's, 2 nights ago, NXT TV tapings. Kendricks worked as recently set of tapings in a dark match, but reportedly he's going to be there for the trainers tryout. Larry Zbyszko, Ric Flair, they were among those in attendance the other night at the rival event, NXT. The blonde woman, if you caught NXT, when coming down the ramp, the blonde woman that jumped on Tyler Breeze during the entrance at TakeOver was Giovanna Daddio. She's a former Hooters model and has been assigned to NXT for a few months now. Well, that's just some of the awfulest stuff that happens to people, having a Hooters girl jump you. That's awful. WWE has announced that they're going to be returning to Australia in August, and they'll be in Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney on 6th, 7th, 8th. Usual suspects will be there. WWE held a press conference in Dubai a couple of mornings back to kick off the tour. Reported, CENA talked about his eyes at the press conference. He says WWE is being extra cautious. A scratched cornea is basically like a scratch on the surface of your eye. He said, I've had this injury multiple times. My vision is blurry. Does not affect my driving around. No, he said, I always like to show up and go, and I will be ready for tonight and for all 3 nights. So he's okay. He just can't see. All right, WWE issued the following statement to that WWE network, coming to more Canadians. Rogers reached an agreement with multiple TV providers. It says, I don't see the date it starts, though. Well, they don't say. But anyway, more Canadians are going to be able to get WWE network. I don't know if it's the same price up there, I would guess. Stamford, Connecticut, February 12th, 2015. Today they announced the financial results for the first quarter ending December 31st, 2014. Revenues for the quarter increased 19% to $440.5 million, up from $218 $8.4 million in the fourth quarter of last year. Hang on this for the quarter. Anyway, the company reported a net loss of $1.6 million or 2 cents a share, compared to the net loss of $7.90, or rather $7.9 million, or a loss of 10 cents a share. So they come up where they're not losing as much money. Boy, how they can keep going at that, I don't know. Anyway, WWE, this is today's news. WWE website's got a poll up asking fans, was the referee right, if you caught TAKEOVER, to stop the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn title match on Wednesday? With over 8,000 votes, 57% said yes, the official's duty is to protect the superstar's well-being. And the other 43% voted no, the match should have ended in a pinfall or submission. I don't think the title, the belt, should have got changed, but I do think the other guy would have won the match by DQ. Well, not DQ, but knockout, I guess. John Laurinaitis, everybody's been wondering. Everybody asks me constantly where he's at. He said on Twitter he's currently on tour with WWE in Dubai. Good riddance. Alex Riley, he returned to the ring last night at the NXT taping and began a feud with the top star. Riley received huge reaction from the fans and was reportedly in tears after one match due to the response. WWE's website has a new poll up asking fans also who impressed more at last night's tag team turmoil match, Roman Reigns or Daniel Bryan. With over 5,000 votes, Bryan is in the lead. Reigns and Bryan is, the crowd is kind of iffy on both of them. I don't know. They don't know what to do. It's kind of like CENA. They hate him, they love him, but he's there. A sit-down interview with CM Punk on WTMJ in Milwaukee tonight at 10:15 p.m., I guess local time. Punk's going to be talking about going from WWE to UFC, training for, fight in Milwaukee, things like that. He said, I don't think I've ever told anybody this. He said, but if you want to watch NASCAR, you'll want to race NASCAR. But giving yourself the, every excuse in the world not to do it, though. He said, I have a 9-to-5 job, a wife and kids, can't afford it, too expensive, eliminate all that, and just go after what you want. And that's something I've been wanting to do for quite a while, is get the crap beat out of me, probably. I don't know. Anyway, TNA taped the following matches for tonight's Impact. Bobby Roode taking on Aries, Bram taking on Crazy Steve, Cyrus and Ethan Carter III taking on Mark Andrews, Rockstar Spud, and Jeremy Borish. Madison Rayne taking on Awesome Kong, MVP, and Samoa Joe taking on Kurt Angle and Lashley. TNA will take Global Impact Wrestling and Hardcore Justice one night only events today at Universal Studios in Orlando. Profiles of Homicide and Rhino has been moved over to TNA's roster page. Alumni roster page. Homicide's back working the Indies, and Rhino's over in WWE down in NXT. I think he might be trying out for being a trainer. And Ric Flair did an in-ring segment at last night's NXT tapings where he hosted a raffle for fans. They gave away a signed replica NXT belt to the winner. And Stardust tweeted the following about Dusty Rhodes appearing on Monday's Raw to address the issue between he and the Sons. He said, see you there. That's about it. Noted earlier, Rhino returned to WWE at the tapings and faced Elijah Sampson. That match is going to be, indeed, air on Wednesday's episode of NXT. Rhino also backstage with the top NXT star, which let you know later about that. Another former star also at the tapings was Brian Kendricks. He was introduced, to the crowd. Kendricks, who previously worked at NXT as after a trainer tryout, faced Finn Balor, and the match should air February 25th. WWE Shop website is releasing a new Nikki Bella sunglasses soon. I don't know if they've had any sunglasses out for a while. There are people in WWE who are high on former NXT Women's Champion Charlotte. Now she's an ex-champion. But she also has people who are negative on bringing her to the main roster. According to Wrestling Observer newsletter, the negativity may be due to some people having their vision of what a diva should look like, Charlotte not fitting the supermodel image. Charlotte is still expected to be brought up to the main roster soon. Well, we just change our image just a little bit of what a diva should look like. And speaking of CENA, I think we were, GulfNews.com has an article up about his appearance with Seth Rollins and Ziggler at a press conference in Dubai. CENA commented on how the fans and competition inspires him to be the best. Didn't know that. Also, what happened in 2006 on this day? Hell froze over. I don't know if you remember that or not. That was the hell froze over moment. WWE shocked many by announcing during the edition of Raw that Bret the Hitman Hart would be inducted into the Hall of Fame during WrestleMania weekend. Hell froze over, and it happened. Thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.